Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the channel, where we dissect the intricate, often dramatic, world of the British monarchy. Today we are pulling back the velvet curtain on a story that speaks volumes about the current state of royal discipline and the relentless pursuit of image control under King Charles III. This is a tale of unintended missteps, stern directives, and the high cost of bearing the controversial York name. Before we delve into the details of this extraordinary new mandate, a mandate that strips two beloved princesses of their previous autonomy, do remember to show your support by liking this video and subscribing. Your engagement helps us bring you these exclusive deep dive royal analyses. The atmosphere within the walls of Buckingham Palace, it is safe to say, has become increasingly tense. The new reign of King Charles III has been defined by an absolute commitment to streamlining the monarchy and, perhaps more importantly, eradicating any trace of public controversy. This goal has now led to a significant and rather unprecedented tightening of the reins around Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, the daughters of Prince Andrew and Sarah, Duchess of York. According to very recent and highly credible reports emerging from sources close to the palace, the king's senior aides have issued a fresh set of extremely strict guidelines for the two princesses. These instructions were necessitated, we are told, after a spate of negative headlines erupted, directly linked to a high-profile engagement undertaken by Princess Beatrice. For years, the public has held a great deal of affection for Beatrice and Eugenie. They are non-working royals who maintain private careers, yet they remain close to the core family. They have navigated the choppy waters surrounding their parents with grace, often serving as quiet, dignified buffers against the relentless media scrutiny focused on the Duke of York. But even their carefully managed public lives are now subject to intense, almost corporate, oversight. The immediate catalyst for this dramatic internal intervention was an event hosted by Princess Beatrice in Saudi Arabia. The source claims that the most senior members of the royal family, specifically Prince William and Princess Kate, the Prince and Princess of Wales, were left genuinely and visibly upset by the nature and location of the gathering. Let's unpack the details of this specific incident, which occurred on October 27th. Headlines circulated widely regarding Princess Beatrice's meetup in Riyadh. This was not a small, quiet gathering, it was a high-profile event, a tea party to be precise, and the venue choice proved to be the ultimate point of contention, the famed Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Riyadh. On the surface, a tea party hosted by a British princess might seem innocuous, a simple diplomatic gesture. But in the rarefied air of royal protocol, context is everything. The controversy stemmed not just from the location, but from the shadow cast by a significant incident that took place at that exact venue back in 2017. To provide necessary context for those unfamiliar with the history of the Ritz-Carlton in Riyadh, it was the location of a mass detention of hundreds of Saudi princes, government ministers, and prominent business figures during an anti-corruption purge ordered by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in late 2017. Reports at the time alleged that those detained were subjected to harsh treatment, including alleged mistreatment and coercion to surrender vast sums of money. Therefore, when Princess Beatrice chose this specific location for her high-profile engagement, it immediately stirred up immense controversy among royal watchers and, critically, within the palace itself. As Closer magazine reported following the uproar, the decision was seen as tone-deaf, especially given the venue's reputation and the recent controversies surrounding Andrew and Sarah. Tone-deaf is a powerful accusation in the world of royal public relations. It suggests a lack of awareness, a blindness to the political and historical implications of one's actions. For the monarchy, which strives above all else to project stability, sensitivity, and moral authority, such an oversight is considered a grievous error. Now, why was this particular incident deemed so damaging that it required an immediate systemic change in how the princesses operate? The answer lies in the persistent, toxic cloud hanging over the York name. Prince Andrew's ongoing and widely publicized legal and public relations disasters have made his daughters, despite their personal innocence and professional distance, extremely vulnerable to scrutiny. Every action they take is magnified through the lens of their father's troubles. King Charles III, sources indicate, is acutely aware that the monarchy cannot afford another major scandal, particularly one that touches upon high-stakes international relations or controversial political settings. The king has worked tirelessly to consolidate the image of the monarchy as a lean, ethical, and modern institution. A perceived misstep by a member of the extended family, even a non-working one, threatens to undermine this monumental effort. The insider commentary regarding the reaction of the Prince and Princess of Wales is particularly telling. This source added that, upon seeing the photographs and reading the subsequent headlines, William and Kate were genuinely upset when the pictures emerged. They have been very supportive of Beatrice and Eugenie and hope now that they will toe the palace line. This statement reveals a crucial dynamic. Prince William and Princess Kate, as the future king and queen, have a vested interest in protecting the reputation of the crown. They have, up until now, reportedly acted as protective figures for Beatrice and Eugenie, understanding the difficulty of their position. Their disappointment underscores the seriousness of Beatrice's error in judgment regarding the Riyadh venue. To be genuinely upset suggests that the incident wasn't just a minor PR snag. It was a profound breach of the unspoken trust that the senior royals place in the extended family to exercise discretion and common sense. The expectation is clear. If you carry the royal title, you must actively protect the institution, especially when the family's reputation is already fragile due to past events. The repercussions of this single engagement have been swift and uncompromising. The king's senior aides have now mandated a formal, binding system of oversight for both Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. It has been formally stated that from this moment forward, Buckingham Palace will institute an office-style approval system for every single public appearance and professional activity undertaken by Beatrice and Eugenie. Let us consider the significant implications of this office-style approval. This is not merely an informal heads-up or a courtesy notification. This is the implementation of a bureaucratic process, reminiscent of a corporate compliance department, where detailed proposals must be submitted, reviewed, and formally signed off on before any public engagement can proceed. This level of control is extraordinary for non-working royals who maintain private lives and careers. It essentially means that their professional and public activities, whether a charity appearance, a business meeting, or an international trip, will be vetted against the stringent criteria of the King's communication and legal teams. What exactly will this vetting process entail? Firstly, it will involve a deep dive analysis of the location, the host, and the context of the event. No longer will the princesses be able to accept invitations based on personal preference or professional opportunity alone. Every detail must be scrutinized for potential political pitfalls, historical controversy, or any association that could remotely be construed as compromising. Secondly, the palace will likely review the projected media coverage. They will assess the risk-to-reward ratio of the appearance. If an event offers minimal benefit to the crown but high risk of negative headlines, it will undoubtedly be vetoed. This new system represents a profound restriction on the autonomy of the two princesses. While they may not be funded by the sovereign grant, their connection to the crown means their actions are never truly private. This mandate formalizes the king's absolute authority over the family brand. The rationale behind this stringent oversight is brutally clear and simple, as articulated by the palace insider. The king's senior aides are making sure that there's no repeat of such headlines. They can't risk another scandal linked to the York name. The phrase "can't risk another scandal" speaks volumes about the fragility of the current royal image. The fallout from Prince Andrew's associations has necessitated a zero-tolerance approach to public relations management. Beatrice and Eugenie are, unfortunately, bearing the collateral consequences of their parentage. We must also consider the context of King Charles's broader vision for the monarchy. Since ascending the throne, His Majesty has been focused on creating a streamlined, efficient, and cost-effective core royal family. In this vision, there is very little room for error, especially among those members who are not performing full-time duties but still command significant public attention. The new office-style approval system serves two primary functions: proactive prevention and retroactive accountability. Proactively, it puts a permanent filter on all their activities, ensuring that the king's advisors, who possess the political and historical context that private individuals might lack, can intercept poor decisions before they become public crises. Retroactively, it establishes a clear line of accountability. If a future engagement results in negative press, despite receiving prior approval, the responsibility rests with the palace staff who signed off on it, not solely with the princesses themselves. Conversely, if the princesses proceed with an engagement without approval, the consequences for them personally could be significant, potentially involving further distancing from the senior royals. This entire episode highlights the difficulty faced by non-working members of the extended royal family. They are expected to maintain successful private lives, yet their every move is judged by the impossible standards of the crown. They are neither fully in nor fully out, creating a precarious existence perpetually subject to the whims of royal protocol and public opinion. For Princess Beatrice, who is known for her thoughtful and diligent approach to her charity work and professional life, this must feel like a tremendous burden. She is now operating under a microscope, where the political implications of a venue choice outweigh the personal success of the engagement itself. The palace's action here is a clear signal to all peripheral members of the extended family. The rules of engagement have changed. Under King Charles III, the imperative is unity, discretion, and absolute loyalty to the reputation of the institution. Any deviation, no matter how seemingly minor, will be met with firm, bureaucratic control. This move reinforces the power and influence of the Prince and Princess of Wales in the new reign. Their reported disappointment was clearly a major factor in driving this policy change. As they step into increasingly senior roles, their desire for stability and minimal controversy is paramount, and they are willing to enforce strict adherence to the palace line, even among close family members. They are setting a precedent that places the needs of the institution above familial sentiment. The future for Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie will now involve navigating this complex approval maze. While they will continue their charitable and professional endeavors, every step will be measured, calculated, and vetted by the king's most trusted advisors. They must now operate with an awareness that the weight of the entire York legacy and the mistakes of the past is resting squarely on their shoulders, demanding perfection in every public outing. In summary, a single tea party in Riyadh, held at a venue with a controversial history, was enough to trigger a massive overhaul of royal protocol for Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. King Charles III and the senior royals, led by Prince William and Princess Kate, have made it unequivocally clear. The era of independent decision-making is over for the York sisters. Their activities are now subject to stringent, office-style approval to safeguard the reputation of a monarchy desperate to leave scandal behind. This event certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the challenging balance between private life and public duty in the modern royal family. What are your thoughts on this unprecedented level of control being exerted over Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie? Do you believe the palace is right to enforce such strict office-style approval, given the ongoing controversies surrounding the York family name? Or is this an unnecessary restriction on the freedom of non-working royals? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. We read every single one. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more detailed royal updates, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the monarchy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.